Welcome to Hotline. You might have seen this game before in the background of some commentary slut video, since the gameplay looks smooth, fun, and casual. Oh hey, the game is on sale right now. Sure, why not give it a go? Alright, I know that it's been several months, but I need to tell you about this game. A short description or an IGN rating just won't do it justice. Simply put, this game is based. Developer of Steam title Hotline Miami has asked pirators of his game to include their new patch in the torrent. For the price of a 1-liter Pyrex bowl, it is absolutely worth it, as it has great gameplay, actually retro graphics, and a story that doesn't make me want to jump off a cliff. I would say spoilers, though this game has been out since 2012, so that's on you, honestly. Anyway, let's get to it. You play as John Miami in the city of Miami in the year 1989, and your occupation is to occasionally receive calls of an unspecified duration from people that can put their names in quotation marks. They ask for the most benign requests and give you the address to someone's home. You are the FBI. This is the trigger for every mission and is code for show them the beaches of Normandy. Going to the address gives the option to pick among a large selection of masks, which I will get into later. After which, the goal is simple. Just do a bit of and a little bit of while listening to the hardest soundtrack known to man until the tinnitus is getting worse. This indicates that you must walk back through the house of bloodied corpses, return to the car, and drive. The missions may be simple, but they are not easy. Every aggressee owns an automatic rifle for self-defense, since that's what the founding fathers intended. Their aim and reaction time rival a Russian kid with a deagle in CSGO, and all it takes is one hit. Everyone dies in one hit, even you. This really is the Dark Souls of psychedelic top-down shoot. Levels are littered with knives and guns. To note that every gun has a louder attachment equipped so that every living soul in a 5-mile radius now knows the 3 digits on the back of your credit card and your mother's maiden name. Thankfully, you possess the strength of 1,000 suns, letting you throw it harder than my bachelor's degree. Knives are the best, as long as you learn how to move like a true Londoner in his element, that being a dark alleyway in the rain. Perhaps the more glaring particularity is the RGB gamer background that flashes like a Dutch Nugent and reminds you that this is in fact the 80s. The graphics really are graphic, as your character has several finishing moves depending on the weapon used or the situation. You can tell that this game really tricks you into thinking it will be cute. Finishing any mission will reward you with a bunch of words and a rating system that makes absolutely no sense. Before returning home to end every chapter, you make a stop at convenience stores, food places, or Blockbuster, and a bearded fellow amicably tells you that you can get anything on the house as you are friends. This character is the cashier of every store you go to, accurately representing the life of an American college student. The great thing about this game is that you actually need to look to find the story and theorize, instead of having it spoon-fed to you. Yes, politicians are corrupt and society is bad. You'll find secret rooms and sections that you need to go out of your way to get to, which contributes to the bigger story and makes it more realistic. You occasionally have these intermissions where you talk to 3 masked individuals which flew right over my head the first time I saw them, and they ask you completely sane questions like, do you like hurting people? Only through further analysis do you realize that this game is about sociopathy, nationalism, guilt, and the futility of it all, while you constantly question the inherent symbolism of the pointless blood being shed. Anyway, others far more talented have already thoroughly covered that, so I'll just give the light version of the story. But not before talking about the masks. You unlock masks as you play the game. Some are easy to get, others require you to find singular collectible pixels in every single level, and have various effects that can make the game easier or based. I may be a couple years late to the trend, but this calls for a good old-fashioned tier list of hot takes, so let's go. The rooster is the mask that you start the game with, and it does absolutely nothing. D tier. Alright, I'll quickly get the boring ones out of the way. Wolf makes you spawn with a knife, just in case you couldn't be bothered to walk 2 feet in any direction. That's literally it. The giraffe lets you basically see the other side of the map. And I mean, okay? There's an enemy over there. My brother in Christ, kill them. D tier. Monkey lets you take someone's weapon while doing a finishing move on them, which saves you a whole 1 click to pick it up. It's not downright terrible, but it's just pretty boring compared to every other option. D tier.
Okay.
The frog lets you do longer lasting combo multipliers, just in case you're one of those people. B tier. The camel gives you a bit more ammo in every gun. Yeah, that one's pretty self-explanatory. B tier again.
Huh?
Finally, the last tedium-infused one is the rat, which lets you start with a silenced SMG. Yay! Now time to look at the ones that are actually somewhat fun or useful, starting with the owl, whose only purpose is to find and unlock more masks, so it's not completely worthless. C tier. It's what I used to get all of them in the first place for this video. And the fandom wiki page. Tony the Tiger is the first somewhat interesting one, letting you impersonate singular hit guy from that one anime. Normally, punching a person only throws them down for a couple seconds, so they can get up and return the favor. But this just hits them like a brick going through your window. A tier. Were you worried that you would not have enough firearms laying around on the floor? Do not fear, as the pig has the perk of making every level look like an American daycare. Remember though, gun bad. You quickly get swarmed, and the AI always has better aim than you, unless you go full gamer mode. You are able to lock onto people automatically in this game, but real men aim manually and die a glorious death knowing that they went out as a Giga Chad. Regardless, C tier mask. Its counterpart is the octopus, which litters the rooms with knives, making it an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. As previously discussed, knife good. More knives can't hurt, though every level already has plenty of weapons regardless, so it's a bit superfluous. Top of C tier. Next is Juan, which has the incredibly situational ability to kill people with doors. It might almost never be useful, but hitting one is like taking a singular shot of Gamer Subs powder. Just for that, high B tier. Staying in B tier, we have the rabbit, which makes you high enough that you can move faster than the AI can react, which helps with the whole bringing a knife to a gunfight thing. Though, while this is good, it can be better. The panther mask is literally the same, but faster, now being able to outrun bullets and lose all ability to play the game. Even if you don't know what you're doing, neither will they, which gives you the edge. A tier. The Grasshopper's tooltip just says start with drill, so I'm guessing it's just a melee weapon that Oh my god. I'm gonna feel sick. C tier. There are 3 enemy types: normal dudes, fat ones, and dogs, which just move very, very quickly towards your location. If you don't have a weapon, it's Jover. There is one counter to dogs though, which is to become one. The dog mask essentially makes you a furry, and let's just say that the pattern-seeking mind of a dog is a bit underdeveloped. You do still need to kill them to move on though, so they end up serving as a reminder of your skill issue because you couldn't time your swings right and had to use a crutch. B tier. Louis the Chameleon is only unlocked once you finish the entire game, and its tooltip just says that you are harder to detect. I'm inside your walls. I'm not completely sure how much harder you are to detect, but it's enough to do funny things. A tier. The Cobra initially seems to not change much, as the only thing it does is let you kill people by throwing anything at them, and knives already do that, but this now means that you can also throw guns. Oh my god, throwing assault rifles at the enemy is now a viable option. A tier. Wow. Now, you may have noticed that there is nothing in S tier or the base tier yet. So, we've previously seen how everyone dies in a singular shot, including you. Weak aura right there. Well, wearing the elephant mask will change those odds, letting you eat one whole bullet. Amazing, I know. Given the advantage you get, I can only put it into S... Wait, what's that? The ability to tank damage like Walrus can tank up to 2? Yeah, okay, the walrus does exactly what the elephant does, but twice. S tier for the walrus, and A tier for the elephant. If you remember 4 minutes ago, I said gun bad, because it's as loud as an Italian dinner. But here's a mask that can actually just fix that. The unicorn mask somehow makes everyone deaf, and gunshots provoke no reaction from the residents. So you are canonically taking out a house of disabled people, which has some pretty sketchy implications. Very good, but very cursed. S tier. The next section of the masks is the final, and also the most interesting. Do you feel like the game is too easy? Too unfunny? Yeah, these will make the game based. The mole, for starters, makes your entire screen look like the Nintendo Virtual Boy, so most movement becomes obsolete as you now have the perception of a Tesla in a school zone. Any cleared stage with this mask is something that you can brag about to your friends. Trust me, they'll be so impressed. Base tier. The bat is a mask that you can only unlock by finishing the entire game and getting the secret ending, which you get by collecting a bunch of Scrabble letters off the floor of every level. And trust me, it's worth it. With this mask, every movement input is reversed. Get it? Because it's a bat, and bats sleep upside down. Yeah, this game is borderline unplayable with this, so props to the one maniac that actually got an A+ on every level using it. The last two have no real impact on gameplay, but are really funny. My personal favorite is the fish, which once put on, translates all the dialogue into broken French. Ok, Garon, le bêtard sera ici toute seconde maintenant. I've had a good chuckle over this one.
I'm coming.
Finally, the last mask is the alligator, whose only purpose is to make violence more violent. People just straight up explode in a demonetization-worthy way, though it's not like I could be monetized anyway, making 3 videos a year, based. Alright, that is finally all of the masks. If you disagree with any of my opinions, feel free to contact me here. This is definitely not the number to the Vatican press office. Anyway, I've talked about the setting, the weapons, the gameplay, the masks. I feel like I'm missing In typical indie game fashion, the story is a commentary on society, and it all takes place in the head. I am genuinely surprised that Pyrocynical has not made a 5-hour essay on this yet. The developers are even Swedish, it's all there! Given the pacing of the video, you can probably tell that I do not like waiting. So I will not burden you with this game's lore. I'm not here for that. I will quickly flash the entire B-movie into the back of your retinas, just to keep the dopamine flowing. For those who do want to know what happens, without having to watch a full video essay, let me give you the synopsis. You are named Jacket, and your main challenge is to not give in to the voices. You needed money to buy Ganyu on Genshin Impact, so you took a loan from a hitman association, which now makes you hit men to repay your debt. The enemy? Still the voices in your head, but also the Russians. On one mission, you see a woman handcuffed to a table, captured by the Mafia, and apply Sigma Male Rule number 420. Carry women to your home and store them in your bathroom to prepare for an arduous winter. Thanks to this, your house now has the passive perk of becoming cleaner as time goes on. When you finish your little crusades, you grow the desire to experience the joys of consumerism and waltz to the nearest convenience store. You and the cashier are homies, which means that you don't even need to use your 100% discount card on everything. As time passes, you grow increasingly weak to the voices. Throw bricks at the homeless. They'll be able to build the foundations of a house, they said. As everyone knows, when you become insane, your Neuralink receptor starts malfunctioning, and you regularly experience TV static jump scares. As a side effect, bald men start hating you, and the schizophrenia is rampant. You decide to go rogue, so by consequent, you and your captive human both get shot by a rat man. As it turns out, all of the story until now was in the head. Mind-blowing, I know. You wake up and try to track down the Man of Rats. This section makes you escape a hospital while experiencing brain trauma caused by watching my FPS chess video. Once escaped, you single-handedly dismantle the entire police force, which says a lot about the security budget in Florida. In a small jail cell, you find the Rat Man, and have to sit through an entire emotional spiel, which I can't say anything about, because I forgot that I had the fish mask equipped, so it was an incomprehensible garble. After killing John Mafia, you take out a ciggy, and that's it. What's that? A sub-story about a biker dude finding the people calling after the main character arc? This section answers the question, what if you couldn't pick weapons up? If you don't collect every individual Scrabble letter, you cannot access the computer, and your reward is complete humiliation. In the eventuality where, like me, you are stupid enough to collect every single one, you get a short dialogue about society, and then you kill them both. That's it. You just drive off and then the sequel continues the story. Hotline Miami is, fittingly, a drug trip. If story isn't your favorite, the gameplay is also very fun, and I would recommend it for its price. On full screen, the game does tend to just break, so I'll link a walkthrough on how to quickly fix it. I know it's been 5 months, I've just prioritized life over a stupid hobby where I make shitposts about games that came out over a decade ago. I can't say for sure when I'll upload next, but I can guarantee that I will upload eventually, just whenever I can get enough time. That's about it. Peace out.